Good day everyone, this is Stephanie Claire K. Pahulas and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today's topic, we are going to talk about the subtopics of phases and process of the curriculum development. This is under ED301, the teacher and the school curriculum. The remaining subtopic of the phases and process of the curriculum development is the models of curriculum development. There are three models of the curriculum development, or we can say there are three main models of the curriculum development. This is the TABAS model, need assessment model, and the futuristic model. So let's talk about the need assessment model.
At the end of these lessons, the students will identify the importance of assessment models in schools, like tests and projects, and describe how they help teachers know what students have learned. They will also recognize that schools teach different things to prepare students for the future. In small groups, students will look at pictures or example of different assessment methods like taking tests or doing projects, and futuristic learning tools like computers or interactive lessons. They will discuss what they see and say whether they think these things are good for learning. Students will use art supplies like markers and paper to draw a picture or make a simple poster showing what they think a school of the future might look like. They will also include something that shows how students could be tested or assessed in the future.
Going back to the topic, what is need assessment model?
Need assessment model is one of the most frequently used ways for justifying curriculum goals and objective. This is the process by which educational needs are defined and priorities set. A need is defined as a condition in which discrepancy exists between an acceptable state of learner's behavior or attitude and an observed learner state. This is a way to affect shared values and mutual support.
So it tells that the needs assessment is a fundamental process in education that involves identifying gaps or discrepancies in learners' current knowledge, skills, or attitude to inform the development of curriculum goals and objectives. It helps educators make informed decisions about what to teach and how to prioritize educational needs. So in need assessment model, there are 4 key steps.
First is formulating a set of tentative goal statement. Goal statements are collected from curriculum guides, textbook evaluation, studies, and basic research studies by psychologists and educators. These goals refer to a conventionally sought outcomes in most schools. Fundamental competencies for reading and writing, mathematics, health, citizenship, and aesthetics are some of the goals. Goals may be found in 4 areas: academic, social and civic, vocational, and personal. This may also include attributes for character such as friendliness, respect, and independence. The second phase consists of gathering preference data, typically from parents, staff, students, and community members. Members of these groups are given goal statements and asked to rank them in terms of importance.
Opportunities are provided for the respondents to add to the set of goals presented. Usually, they rate the goals on a 5-point scale rating rather than a ranking allows more goals to be considered. Samples of the goals can be given to different individuals to effect average group estimates. Later, the combined ratings of all the people sampled will reveal those goals considered very important average, unimportant, and very important.
Third key step is determining the acceptability of learner performance in each of the preferred goal areas. Either a subjective or an objective approach can be taken. A subjective approach calls for a group of judges to rate acceptability of present learner status on each goal. Second, the objective approach requires actually measuring the status of the students relative to each goal. Remember, no direct measures of the learners with respect to the goal undertaken.
Judges estimate the present studies of learner with respect to each goal. The impression might be gained by whatever they have observed or been led to believe by the media and reports from the children and other neighbor. Judges' ratings become indices of need. The objective approach requires actually measuring the status of students relative to each goal. Measure must be congruent with the goals, of course.
In the fourth phase, translating high priority goals into plans. Goals are preferred and for which a need has been identified become the basis for new curriculum instructional plans. The selection of new target outcomes, goals, and objectives has implication for course offering and for instructional materials and arrangements, because the realization of new goals requires new facilitating means. Learning activities, teaching strategies, and evaluation techniques must be changed.
For example, having once identified a need for pupils to learn to read and write in Spanish and acquire minority cultural values as well as positive attitude towards school, the school may need to develop a bilingual program. And now, let's proceed to our next model, which is the futuristic model. In futuristic model, there is a growing realization that the world of the future is going to be very different from the present, that it will demand new kinds of people, and that the time is short to prepare the citizens of the future. Hence, efforts have been made to develop educational objectives consistent with this realization and specific enough to imply action.
The futuristic model aimed to prepare students for the rapidly changing and modified world of 21st century. It focused on the development of skills such as critical thinking, problem solving, collaboration, communication, creativity, and adaptability, as these skills are essential for success in today's workforce and society. We have the common ingredients of the futuristic model. The following techniques and phases are regarded as important. The first ingredient of futuristic model is the multidisciplinary seminar. Members of the seminar prepare papers examining the research frontiers and their field. The results of literature research on educational innovations and goals are also presented. Next is judgment of projected trend. Major anticipated changes are ordered according to their importance to society and probability of occurrence. The potential social effect of these changes are classified as good on which there is consensus. Third is educational acceptance for creating the future. After the social consequences of trends have been established and rated the school, persons and other suggestion how they link in the school respond. Educational objectives thus should support good future and resist bad ones. And lastly, the scenario writing. A group of writers prepare at least two descriptions. One is a description of what learners will be like if action is taken on the decision in phase 3 implemented by the school. The second description of the necessary related changes in subject matter learning activities, curriculum organization, and methods.
So, in conclusion, the futuristic model emphasizes future conditions more than present status. It is a form of needs assessment in the future that needs anticipated. For this model, one decides what students should be like inside of the some desirable future. So overall, curriculum development encompasses several models, each with its unique approach and focus. From the traditional Tyler model to contemporary Taba and Wheeler models, these frameworks offers diverse perspectives on designing effective educational programs. While the specific steps and emphasis may vary, all models ultimately aim to create meaningful, relevant, and student-centered curricula that meet the needs of the learners and society. The choice of a curriculum development models depends depends on the educational context, goals, and desired outcomes, with flexibility and adaptability being key consideration in the dynamic field of education. That's all for today. I hope you learned something. Thank you and God bless.